Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm just doing a freestyle fall or autumn nail look with encapsulated leaves. And this video is beginner friendly if you're just getting started. I did make it from first steps to last steps all the way through. That being said, let's jump into the video. If you're new and just getting started doing your nails at home or doing nails in general, I did make a video recently on everything you need to do nails at home. So you can go check that out, but what I'm doing here is I'm just going to start by pushing back the cuticle for all the nails. And I'm using my e-file. So this is my Hug Maple e-file. I'm going to be using this e-bit right here. As you can see, it is flat on the top, but I find this one to be probably the best, most efficient one to use when you're doing removal of the cuticles and just cleaning up the cuticle area in general. It's very strong, but you can still get pretty close to the point where you don't hurt yourself or hurt anybody else. So I like to use this one to remove all the dead skin there. And I go back and forth between e-files if I need to, or e-bits. So what I'm doing here is I'm just removing the dead skin, and I'm not getting too close to my cuticle. I'm just going into the dead skin. And I'm doing this very gently. I do have the e-file set to the highest setting, so it's at the highest speed. That also helps to prevent injury or cuts. And I'm doing this on the side of my cuticles as well because I did have a lot of dead skin there. So, you don't want to be too rough, just enough to remove that dead skin. And the reason that you do this is to make sure that the nails don't pop off. They can last as long as possible. If there's dead skin there, the nails can start to lift, they can fall off, or they can cause injury. But I'm also using my cuticle nipper, and then I just wipe off the dust. Now I'm switching to a smaller bit. With this one, you can get closer to the skin than the other one because it is rounded. So you don't really have, that sharp edge. So I'm just going in with this one to make sure I get more of that dead skin off as much as possible. And me doing these videos, I'm always taking my nails off, putting them back on, taking them off, putting them on. So it's kind of a process, but I'm gonna switch back to the coarse bit, and I'm just going to clean up anything that was left over. So for this part of the video, for my pointer finger, I did not speed up anything. I left that part at normal speed for those of you who are still learning and just want to see everything in real time. So none of this is edited as far as the speed or anything like that. So you guys can see that this is how fast I work, which is not very fast. I'm also using a hand file, and that's to remove the shine from the nails. Again, you don't have to be rough with this, just enough to remove the shine. So this is what the nails look like now that they're prepped, and yeah, they look busted, but that's because we removed the shine. So that's how they're supposed to look. But I'm gonna use the Young Nails monomer, as you can see here. I'm gonna pour that into my dappen dish, and then I'm taking my brush and I'm soaking it in that liquid monomer. When you wanna pick up a bead, you're gonna soak the brush completely, and then you're gonna drain it on the edge of the dappen dish. The longer the nail, the more liquid you're gonna need to pick up more powder. I'm gonna use this dehydrator to dehydrate the nail to make sure there's no oils on the nail. If there's oils on your skin or on the nails can just pop off. Again, they can start to lift. We don't want that. So I'm also going to use this primer, and I'm just putting a thin layer on the nail. Don't forget to do this for all the nails, okay? I'm just showing one for the beginners, but all the nails need to be prepped. I'm using forms as I always do. You can use tips, it really doesn't matter, but I just prefer to use forms. So I'm gonna stick that part onto the back, and that just makes it a little stronger and easier to shape. So I'm gonna put that on my finger, and the bottom part I'm gonna connect those and pinch those together. So now that I have the nail file or the nail form on, I'm gonna go ahead and start going into the acrylics. I'm using 4 different acrylics for this video, so I will show all of these different ones here. And for the first nail, I'm gonna show you guys which acrylic I'm using for each part of the nail. So this one's the Core Clear, and again, none of this part is sped up for the first nail. I'm using the Core Clear just to stick the leaves on there. You want to do that while the acrylic is still kind of wet to make sure that they stick on. Once it's dry, they won't stick on, they'll just fall off, and then you'll have to use glue. So I'm putting a white bead. I'm going to kind of cover that white bead a little bit, like a sheer ombre-ish look, with a pink bead or a pink nude bead for the cuticle area. Then I'm going back in to encapsulate the leaves in a white bead. So this process, I just did this because I liked the look of the leaves covered in white. I thought it was kind of cute. It looks like snow to me. That's just what I was thinking in my mind when I envisioned these nails. So I did kind of an ombre, like leaves covered in snow. And then for the tip of the nail, I'm just using clear, just straight up clear acrylic. It doesn't look that clear when you're putting it on, but once you put the top coat, it's very clear. So that's for the very top, so you can still see the leaves. You know, you don't want to cover them completely. So I still put that on the top here. And then I'm using one last clear bead to make sure that the nail is nice and strong and even on the surface. So if you're noticing, I'm shaping as I apply the acrylic. It does save a lot of time once you're filing and shaping at the end. So I like to shape as much as I can while I'm building up the nail. So I'm gonna go into the other nails here. I am speeding this part up a little bit. If you guys need me to do like a more in-depth video on acrylic application, I will definitely do that. But for this nail, I thought it would be cute just to do like a completely white snow-covered look and kind of make it ombre as well, in the sense that some leaves are completely covered almost, and then some leaves are just like at the top of the snow. That's what I envisioned, so that's what I'm trying to do here. And again, I'm shaping as I go. So I'm just adding more acrylic towards the middle and tip of the nail, because the tip of the nail is going to have more visual or more visible leaves. So that was my idea for this nail. Hopefully it came out with the effect that I was going for, but I added some more leaves there. I'm not covering these as much. It'll be a little bit more of a sheer cover. And then for the very tip of the nail, I'm building that up with another bead so that I can just make those completely visible. Then again, for the very top of the nail, to make sure it's smooth and even and visible the way that I'd like the look to come out, I'm putting just clear at the top, clear acrylic. For the ring finger, I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for this one, but I thought it would be kind of cute to just do gold leaves. So that's what I did. I just thought it would be nice to use gold. And then I changed my mind like while I was doing it. So I decided to do kind of like a almost French look. And so I'm building up the French tip there. And then what I'm doing here is I'm making it a little higher up at the tip. If you can see, I'm adding more acrylic there, because when you're filing and adding the tip of the nail, it has to be even with the rest, if that makes sense. And then I'm using this glitter, filing it up, making sure it's nice and shaped. Once that gel was dry in the lamp. And then same thing goes here, same concept. I'm building up that acrylic. And then once that acrylic is dried up, and this is self-drying acrylic, if I didn't mention that. This is self-drying, so it dries up after a while without you having to use the lamp. But I'm adding red leaves there. That's where I decided to change my mind. I added some red glitter gel polish there around the edge, and then I let that dry in the lamp, and then I just built up the tip with white. So this nail was very, very improvised. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully it's kind of, you know, gives you an idea of what you might want to do. And for the pinky, I decided to go pretty simple, but still, you know, a little unorthodox. So I did like a French nail as well. But then for the second layer, I encapsulated only one gold leaf. So that one gold leaf is there inside, and then I put a clear cover on top. And then with the very tip, the third layer, I just did a white, white tip. And I'm sorry in advance, I didn't get all the nails here that I shaped with the e-file and filed with the e-file, but I got this one for you all. I thought it would be nice for you guys to see how this one is, since we encapsulated the leaves and the gel polish color. So it looks really nice when you do this, especially when you're going for like a rose quartz look or something like that. But once those nails are all shaped and filed and buffed, I'm adding the top coats. I did shiny for all of them except for the middle finger. So this one is just a matte top coat. I thought it would look cute if it looks more like, you know, like a matte snow cover, a snow blanket with leaves. And then for the rest, I just did shiny. So once the top coat is on all of the nails, I cured those in my UV LED lamp for about 2 minutes. You want to get a strong lamp. I don't have a very strong one, so that's why it takes long. But this is how they came out. And this is the cuticle oil I'm going to add for the final touch. You want to make sure you add your cuticle oil. It's very, very important. Not only can it make or break your look, but it's also crucial to your nail health. And this is how they came out. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you came back or if you're new, I appreciate it. Please give a like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys might want to see next time. Also, feel free to leave comments or questions. I'm here. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.